Hey guys, Stay Patient here with a bit of a midweek trophy update. Now, you'll have to forgive me for my voice. This is me first thing in the morning. I'm always a bit hoarse, so I'm sounding a bit like Barry White at the moment, but hopefully you can hear me okay. Now, the reason I wanted to put this video together was to talk about NUBLA. Now, this is a game that obviously we've all known has been a super easy and quick platinum for a long time now, ever since it released in Europe, or at least parts of Europe. But it didn't release in the US. Now, several weeks ago, we noticed during the weekly trophy update that there was a second stacking trophy list on PSN profiles, and we all correctly assumed that that was going to be the inevitable US release of the game. Now, yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yes, I uploaded the video yesterday, this week's update. In that video, we spoke about the release date, which had been announced as the 6th of December, which is today. So the first port of call is to confirm to you guys that NUBLA here, which you can see on the US store, you can tell it's US, it's in dollars there. It has finally released. So it has, they have lived up to their release date. I think they did announce it as the 15th of November originally. And obviously it didn't release then. I didn't really follow them on Twitter or anything. I just remember seeing one tweet about the 15th. But it has now released finally. So you guys in America can platinum the game now. And anyone who has a US account and let's say a UK account or one of the European accounts that does have the game, all of us will be able to plat it a second time, which is pretty cool. Now, the other thing that we noticed on this week's trophy update was the fact that a third trophy list had appeared for the game, or at least something that looked to be another version of the game. It was called, was it The World of NUBLA? Something like that. World of NUBLA. Maybe The World of NUBLA. Anyway, I looked at the trophy set, and the trophies are exactly the same as the original game. And you can tell it's the same game because it has the same icon as its sort of thumbnail on psnprofiles.com. So I assumed that this was going to be another regional stacking list for the game. Because obviously, although it had a slightly different name, it was the same game. You could tell it was. And I figured that maybe one of the Eastern countries had sort of double translated the name, so they'd kind of maybe named it in their language and then done a literal translation into English, and maybe it came out as World of NUBLA or whatever the case may be. But one of our viewers on this week's update video, if we take a look here, it was Animal Mother. So thank you to him. He was the first to point out yesterday, I think it was, that the World of NUBLA is up on the UK store for £12, and it includes a demo of the second game. So what they've done here, if we take a look at the UK store, you'll notice that the original NUBLA is here for £7.99, and the World of NUBLA, which has pretty much exactly the same image with slightly different, a different background and slightly different colouring, the World of NUBLA is here for £11.99. Now this is amazing because if we take a look at it, I haven't actually read through the description, but I believe the description is basically, oh no, here we go. Okay, so this is the World of. It says at the end here, after a description that I'm guessing is exactly the same as the base game, it says the World of NUBLA includes the complete first chapter. Because if you remember, this is something I actually forgot about, but NUBLA was announced as a sort of episodic game almost, or at least a game with multiple chapters, a bit like the Banner Saga. So it says it includes the complete first chapter and a playable demo of M, the city in the center of the world. So the only difference between this game and the original NUBLA is the inclusion of a demo for what I am assuming is Chapter 2. Now that's amazing because they have clearly sort of cottoned on to the fact that this game is, it's like catnip to trophy hunters, you could say, because it's so quick and easy. It can be completed in around half an hour to an hour, depending on if you're following a guide. And so trophy hunters just lap this stuff up, and they've obviously realized that, and they've thought to themselves, how can we kind of almost con more money out of the trophy hunters? Now, it's not really conning us because, the whole reason we'd buy the game is because we love having another easy platinum. So we're going to be happy with it. We're going to be happy buying another version of NUBLA. But it is quite manipulative, really, or I suppose exploitative, because the game itself is exactly the same. The only difference is the demo. So what they've done is they've thought, how can we release this game again and get all those trophy hunters out there to buy it a second time? And they thought, well, you know what, let's just throw a demo in for the second game. Now, they could have easily released the demo on the PlayStation Store as a free download. That's what demos are, They're free. They're a free taster of a game. And in this case, we're spending... it sounds like I'm complaining about this, but I'm actually quite happy. But the pricing is a little odd because obviously NUBLA is $7.99, and then you're getting the same game with a demo, which is a free. Like, demos are meant to be free, but you're basically paying £4, which is half the price of the original game, for a demo of the second chapter. Now, there are no trophies related to the demo. It's literally exactly the same trophy set. So in many ways, this is kind of cheeky on the part of the developers and publishers. They're basically putting a duplicate of their game on the store just to sort of motivate all of us trophy hunters to buy it again. And let's face it, we are going to buy it again. I mean, I'm going to pick up the other copy, partly because obviously I run the trophy service, but I thought you guys might like to know about this. It does sound like I'm having a go at them, which I kind of don't know if I am or not, because I'm happy they've done this. I always love seeing new trophy sets that are going to be super easy to earn. But it does just strike me as a bit odd, and it doesn't... I mean, like I say, they could have just released a demo for the second game and not released the game a second time. I mean, I understand regional stacking lists, but stacking lists of the same game in the same region on the same platform... I've never heard that before. That's really strange. And I'm surprised Sony let them do it, but obviously it was the inclusion of the demo that kind of prompted them to. But this sort of backs up my theory that Sony are gearing things more towards trophy hunters in many ways. A lot of games this year, although Sony don't really have sort of control over what trophies are included in a game, a lot of games this year have come with easy trophy sets, like super easy. We've had things like My Name is Mayo, which has been authorized for the PlayStation Store, which isn't really even a game, it's just a trophy collection system. So it seems like Sony are kind of happy gearing things towards trophy hunters, and that's quite good news, because it might mean that they're maybe a little stricter about fixing trophy glitches in the future. I mean, this is all speculation, but it could be good news. Anyway, so we've got NUBLA, which has been on the UK store for a while now. We've got the World of NUBLA on the UK store, and we've got NUBLA on the US store. So there's now 3 stacking lists. The other potentially good bit of news is the fact that the World of NUBLA wasn't a worldwide release. It behaved in very much the same way as the original game, where it's only come out in the UK and in some other European stores, I think. But it's not out in the US. You'll see here that my search term, if I just search again, this is the US store. If I search for NUBLA, it only comes up with the one result. Now, my prediction for this is that they're doing the same thing again. They've released World of NUBLA and the US version of NUBLA basically at the same time, and the fact that World of NUBLA wasn't a worldwide release kind of makes me think that they're going to delay it, because NUBLA itself has only just come out in the US. It's not worth them releasing World of NUBLA there yet, because obviously that would just be silly, releasing the same game twice on the same day. And the only difference with the other one is a demo for the second game. So I'm guessing they're going to allow people enough time to sort of play the basic version of NUBLA. And then once people are maybe interested in finding out about the sequel, they'll then hopefully upload the World of NUBLA to the US store as well. And I'm guessing that because NUBLA itself has had a stacking trophy list, and because they're obviously gearing things towards trophy hunters in many ways, I'm going to assume that World of NUBLA on the US store, when it does finally release, which could be a while based on, the delay on the basic version, but once it does release, then it would be fair to assume it's going to have its own separate trophy list again, which will be a 4th platinum for NUBLA. So this could be one of those games that ends up being extremely rewarding from a trophy standpoint. That is, if you're happy spending the kind of money on it that is involved, because it's a very short game. So it's literally a case of, do you want to buy some trophies? That's what it boils down to. Do you want to buy a platinum for £12 or £8 or $11.50 or however much the World of NUBLA is on the US store when it comes out? So it's a fair bit of money involved for what is basically, again, a trophy collection system. The game's kind of interesting, but there you go, guys. That's my 2 cents. I thought I'd do a quick video this morning before I get to work. And that looks kind of promising. But even if we don't get World of NUBLA in the US, we now have 3 trophy sets, 3 platinums for those of us with, multiple regional accounts. And everybody has access. I'm assuming everybody. I'm not sure if the game has released in countries like Germany where they didn't have it originally, but I'm assuming it will do. If it's come out in America, maybe they've done like a worldwide release. And maybe the UK was kind of like a tester to see how people would respond to it. And like I said, they realized that everyone loved it because it was an easy trophy set. So now they're kind of jumping on the bandwagon and throwing out multiple versions and making sure everyone has access to it. So there you go. It's an exciting day for trophy hunters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you don't mind the sort of midweek update. I thought it was worthwhile. But I'll see you all tomorrow for whatever tomorrow's 12 deals of Christmas deal is. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you then. Cheers, guys.